Do you know that you can use macro in ImageJ to simplify your analysis? Let's, for instance, you have 1,000 or 500 images to analyze. You do not have to open these images one after the other in order to be able to perform the analysis. All you have to do is first perform the analysis on a single image, record what you are doing in ImageJ, and then use that script to analyze the remaining 499 without having to open them in ImageJ. So you can just run the script and go away for a coffee or for a quick chat with your friend. So how do we do this? Today I've prepared a folder that contains just eight images, and we are going to be adding scale bar to these images, and then I will show you how you can quickly do this in ImageJ. If there are other analysis that you need to do, maybe crop some certain images with a certain dimension, you could also use this particular workflow for it. Or if you need to change the, let's say, the display color, if when you exported your microscope images, maybe you've displayed your display lookup table as the color as red, and now you want to display it as magenta so that colorblind people can also be able to see those images. You don't have to be doing this one after the other. So without me boring you with too much information, let's go straight to this tutorial. If you open your ImageJ, what you have to do is to then go to plugins, macros, and set the macro to start recording so that it can record everything we are going to be doing from now on. First, we need a sample image to work with in ImageJ. So what I will do is to take one of the images and drag and drop it to ImageJ, and here we have our image. If I would like to crop this particular image and then add a scale bar to it, all I have to do is, so whatever we are doing right now, we do not need the macro to be recorded because we are going to be telling the software the folder that the images are located, and then the location where we would like to export the images into. So I'm just going to delete this because I'm just about to start the analysis. So if I go to ImageJ, we've told it to start recording whatever it is we do from now on. And now I'm just going to go to Analyze Tools because I'm using the scale bar function as an example for our tutorial, and that's what we're going to be doing. Because this image that I have is directly from the microscope and it contains the metadata, I do not need to start calculating how many pixels is equal to a certain micron. So if you are working with microscope images, please make sure that you export the metadata together with the image so that you don't have to go through that stress of calculating pixels to micron meter size. So let's assume I want a scale bar of maybe 12 micron and I want the text to be readable, so I could just increase it to like 25. That's the text of the scale bar. And if I want my scale bar not to be displaying as green, let's assume I want a scale bar that is displayed as blue, or let's say yellow. You can see that's easier to see than blue. Then you ensure that you click it to be the scale bar to be shown on the image as overlay. You can decide if you want the font to be serif or the location you want your scale bar to be located. And if you want a background, you can just use this to choose the background that you want the scale bar to be. I always prefer not to use a scale bar so that the image doesn't look messy. And then I'll say okay, and you can see it has recorded that my scale bar is a 12 micron in width, about 25 thickness for the thickness of the scale bar, and that our font is 25 and color is yellow. The next thing I want to do now is to engrave this scale bar into the image, and I will do that by going to Image, Overlay, and tell it to flatten the scale bar on the image. So that will generate a second image, which I can then go ahead and save. So I'll just tell it to save the same image as TIFF since the original one was exported as TIFF. And I want the images to be saved into this folder called Scale Today. I'm just going to rename this image and tell it that it is our test run. And then I'll say save. So you can see that the image has been given a location of where to save into. And now I'm just going to then copy this script, Ctrl C to copy it because that's what we need. You can first click on create and then save this script so that if you need to reuse it multiple times, you can just go ahead and click save as and then save the script. So I will save it to this folder called tutorial and I will just save it there so that if I need to use it in the future, I can just reuse that. Now I'm just going to close this image and I will close the the macro recorder, and we'll then perform our batch analysis. Before I start the analysis, I need to show you my output folder so that you can see that the output folder does not contain any image apart from the test run. So you can see only the test run image is present in our output folder. So if you go to ImageJ, you go to process, tell it to activate the batch processing, and you want to activate the batch processing using macro. You need to select the output where your images are contained, and mine are in a folder called today. So I'm going to open that, and then my output folder are in another folder called scale today, and I will just open that. Here you have the option to select your macro, because if you've saved it before you can select it, but I prefer to do the pasting option so I can read what is going to be done to the images before the analysis is being run. That way I don't have to make mistake of choosing the wrong macro, and I will just go ahead, cross my finger and tell it to process, and you can see that all the images have now been processed into a folder. You saw the way it came automatically. It's not a magic. It's really easy to use batch processing for your analysis. If you find this tutorial helpful, please write in the comment section what type of analysis you are trying to perform that is maybe you need extra support with, or if you have a certain analysis that you would like me to try macro on, please let me know. And thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.